Hello everyone and welcome back to the amazing world of Pentiment. The last time we were introduced Andreas Mahler, who's going to be the protagonist of our story. A story that's set in Bavaria, and at the moment we are in the village of Tassing. That's where we are a resident of. Working on a masterpiece in the nearby Abbey of Kiersau. We were presented with some choices that we had to make for our Andreas, and I'm gonna go through them now, just to make sure all that information is settled in, and after that we can move a little bit forward with our story. Well, a short recap of what happened the last time. So Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich and Freiburg. Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Andreas knows the basics of fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Also, he knows a great deal about constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He is also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. And he also excels at rhetoric university. He excelled at rhetoric in university. He is a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker, I think. Our Andreas is a man of many talents, right? I can't wait to see his story unfold. But until then, we woke up. We had to make our way to the Abbey because I think we were a little bit late anyways, but that didn't stop us on the way to speak with absolutely everyone, the family that we share a house with, and more important faces of the local village, like Father Thomas, the local blacksmith, the local printer, and so on. And even we saw the patron of the Kiersau Abbey, one Lawrence, but people were not that friendly with him, and I can understand why, because we got into a little bit of a discussion later on. He decided to travel with us, and we got to see his views on the local times, and we did touch, on Martin Luther and what it means to actually agree with him at that time. You can be considered a heretic, so on and so forth, right? So yeah, we made our way towards the Abbey. And we have an idea of what's going on. We met a lot of characters, and I do apologize. I do not memorize names. I'm very bad with names. I will have to check this part of the game a lot, right? I will have to go to the people section and actually look around all the time. I would have loved for them to put them in groups like families, and if it's not a family, then like the nuns to be with the nuns, or you know what I mean, yeah? Rather than alphabetically, because like this, it's going to be very hard to follow for me, at least. I'm going to jump from Brother Ducker to from the Drucker family to the Gettner, and then again you go to Schmidt, then you get to Prior Ferenc, then you get to Eva. This is what I mean. It's for someone that's a visual learner like me, it's gonna be a challenge. But hey, I'm up for it, right? This is why I kind of love history, but I was very bad at it, because you can't really do history without memorizing names, right? And catching up really fast, and put a name to a face. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Back to the story. We made our way towards the Abbey. Now we are at the Abbey. It's very challenging actually to move around, but I think I'm making my way to the scriptorium after I was being told off a little bit by the abbot, an abbot that was very cold towards towards Lawrence, right? For a patron of the Abbey, I found that interaction very, very weird. Although, again, I think it comes down to his views, right? Both political and religious. So yeah, we will see how that goes. Let's crack on. There we have Andreas. So we have that's the monastery locarium. We don't have an explanation of what that actually is. I'm not sure. Let's see. I want to see the map first. Yeah, courtyard and lavatorium. It doesn't say anything about... Ah, there we go. Infirmary and monastery, locarium. Okay, okay. So if I keep going forward, I have to go either through the dormitory, either through the church, or we can even go through the cemetery and go straight to the scriptorium. Yeah. Let's see. If I keep going, because this way is the chapter house. Let me just check that. No, wait. Oh my god, you can tell it's been a long time since I've played. Let's see the chapter house again on the... Yeah. Okay. But you see, like, the pointer is a little bit more in front than we are on the map. Anyways, a large garden. Courtyard and lavatorium. Yeah, now I remember. Refractory. Oh yeah, I remember this guy Sebat. Not sure how you pronounce that. Let's talk with him. God give you health, Master Mailer. Brother Sebat, I'm surprised to see you still here. As I am, but I will be leaving soon, returning to Rome. Oh, we have a mention of Rome. Though outshone by its northern neighbor, Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Yeah, well, Florence gained a lot of traction, right? I think because of the Renaissance and the Medici family and all they've done for Florence. And even the family even offered the Pope at some point, and I think he's the Pope that he's at the moment, right, in our timeline. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to fact check that one. Don't take my word for gospel, right? Let's see. So he's going back to Rome. I and my bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests at the Council of Constance many years ago. Council of Constance, meeting of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the Papal Schism. It was also notable for the condemnation and capture of the Bohemian theologian Jan Hus. Oh my god, they are actually referencing Jan Hus. So, for everyone that's not familiar with him and might know who Martin Luther is, let's say Jan Hus did the same thing that Martin Luther did, but way earlier, right? As we can see from the dates. Unfortunately for Jan Hus, he wasn't as lucky as Martin Luther to manage to live his days and die of old age. He was burned at the stake, right? He had the same values like Martin Luther, or in those lines. I don't want to, don't take my word for gospel. That's what I know, right? He was a precursor, basically, for Martin Luther and his 95-point thesis. Very interesting. Will you remain in Rome? It's up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. Well, yeah. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Maler, and see the highlands. That's rather random. So we have Italy, Bavaria. Now we're going all the way to Ethiopia. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. So that's his place of birth, I believe. Okay. I would love to someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you are ever in Rome, I may still be around. I would like that. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. Oh, okay. The townsfolk? I'm accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like this, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. Okay, the baker and his wife. I mean, I can imagine in that time to see someone from so far away, but I don't think it was that rare of an occurrence, right? Because you have people coming from Asia, you have all sorts of traders moving around, right? But yeah, I probably would still be an rare occurrence in a village like Tassing, right? Oh yes, the Albas, Ulrich and Gret. Let's see. Let's put a face to the name, okay? Ulrich seems very sour. Hey, sourdough. He must make a mean sourdough bread. Okay. Let's move on. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Oh. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. We promised a lot of things, and I think I always, if I remember correctly, there's already a choice to make in the future, right? Share a meal with a printer, I think, or stay with Lawrence here in the Abbey and further our discussions, right? From our travel to Kiersau. So I promised a lot of things. I promised Father Thomas that I'm going to go into church on a Sunday as well. I have to be careful with these. Do you not eat here with the brothers? Yes, but I'm a guest, and am not bound by the rule as they are. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 6th century, the rule provides the principle for living a monastic life. Okay. Father Gernot kindly allows me to come and go as I need to. Let's put a face to Gernot as well. Okay, yeah, I remember him. One grouchy abbot. Then I will make time for you in the next few days. Yeah, we're promising him regardless. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one because that may leaves us a little bit of wiggle room. I do not know what work the abbot has in store for me, but I may be able to spare some time. If you're unable to, it's no trouble. God give you health, Andreas. Okay. That's the church. That's the dormitory. Kitchen and cellar. And this is, I believe, our way to the cemetery. Okay, it does make sense. Should we go through the dormitory? Maybe hoping we're going to meet someone else? Who knows? I guess regardless of the path we're taking, we're going to meet characters. So yeah. I'm going to go through the cemetery. The apple tree have only started to bloom. It will be months before they bear fruit. Okay. Wow. I do love the artwork of this game. It's so good. Okay, so we can actually go more ways. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. A monument to the founder of the Abbey. It's fairly recent. The funds were donated by her descendants. Okay. Animal pens. Is this related to Lawrence? Let's have a look at the map. I want to learn the map as much as possible. If you see me looking at the map ever so often, I do apologize. I would like to familiarize myself with this. And I think we're going to have to go towards the Old Bailey, right? Yes, that's correct. Let's go. Okay. And now we can actually go from here to the scriptorium, to the church and dormitory. Okay. And also, this is scriptorium as well. And this is, I think, Prior's house, Ferenc, right? Our Hungarian prior. Just to make... I am a bit familiar with Hungary as well, because My daughter is half Hungarian for that matter, and I am a bit familiar with Hungary, being there a couple of times in my life. I love the country. Right, let's go inside. Let's see. Oh, it's Piero, if I remember correctly. Yes, it is Piero. And Guy, Edok, and that. Okay, we can go. Yeah, because there were two entrances. Oh man, I love this. Well, what can we see? Of course, the candle. They're all the robes are splattered with all sorts of paints, probably. Damn, this is so freaking awesome. Is that my place? And they're working on illuminated books, probably all sorts of manuscripts. That's awesome. Let's have a chat. I will leave Piero for you know, the last one because we know him. Let's start with him. Good day, Andreas. How is your morning going, brother Guy? Maybe? It's fine. More contracts for the abbot. Which would you rather be making? Contracts or manuscripts? Oh, okay, so he's not working on a manuscript. He's working on a contract. I honestly don't care, Andreas. What? As long as the abbot is impressed, he could have me write the first chapter of Genesis until Judgment Day. Oh. Does the abbot's opinion mean that much to you? Yeah, so he seems to be okay. He wants to get in favor. The abbot and the priors both. You're lucky. When you're done with this, you're going home. I'm never going to see Burgundy again. I need to make the best of the next 40 years. Oh my god. He seems rather sad. Burgundy, powerful former duchy of eastern France that became a province in 1477, known for its wine, art, monasteries, and courtly fashion. Man, you gotta love the illustrations on this book. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Then I'll leave you to it. Yeah. He doesn't seem very content with his life. Eduk. God bless you, Andreas. How are you feeling today, brother Eduk? Or meal? Or meal? That's easy. I am well. Oh, okay. Or meal. Well done, my son. It is early. I will give you a harder one later. I look forward to all your anagrams, brother Eduk, and that's interesting. Okay, I'm looking forward to them now. Now that I understand the game. Literal nut. Ah, yes. Until then. Okay. Let's speak with Piero. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming, says Eduk. Big Yo Getner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Oh yeah, I made a point out of this, right? Because some people can smell the rain before it comes and all of that. So yeah, let's see. This is a Big Yo. Yes, I remember him. Brother Eduk has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. I just talked about smelling rain. Do not forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeer the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Eduk? I am comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord, in his ineffable wisdom, may choose to strike down. Jeez. Oh, wow. We can take sides. I will not interfere because they were here before. They will be here probably long before I'm gone. So I would rather say nothing. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today. Ferenc. He was here, but then he heard Lawrence Rothvogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Let's put a face... there we go. Yeah, I remember him now. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. Well, mate, pot calling kettle. You just said earlier that you're doing everything that you can to impress them. So, yeah. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and your prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Yes. Go on, call him out, Adek. Oh no. Baron Rothvogel. His manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course that's why he's visiting. Trot along, Pierre. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visit. Oh my god. You're such a prick, Guy. Guy, someday you will stand where Piero is, and a young monk will stand where you are now. Yeah. I will definitely put him on the naughty list as of now. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Ah, perfect. So we put him in his place, and we got the other option as well. Love that. Edek. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freising, I believe that is. Prince Bishop of Freising, religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Kiersau Abbey. So basically, he's the local ruler. Okay, we have to remember that Prince Bishop. So he's a Prince Bishop, so he has two titles, right? Very interesting. That means he has a lot of power, both from the religious aspect and from the as a secular ruler. Okay. Okay. We have to remember that name. Kiersau is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Okay, so it's out of favor. Well, if Prior Ferenc is not here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, so we're gonna work for ourselves rather than for the abbot. Oh, that's right. I need to reference the In der Maur manuscript. Let's see, what's that? In der Maur. How to pronounce? Oh my god, my German. A prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. Okay. All these names. I'm gonna have a hard time with this game. I mean, I could try to memorize only the vital part of it, but I'm one that likes to, you know, throw myself at stuff and immerse myself as much as possible and gather as much information, you know, learn as much as I can from, especially from games like this, based on history, right? Then, what do you want, Andreas? Oh, I remember, let's see. Oh, I can't actually. I wish they would allow me to actually see the characters even during dialogue, because now I'm pressing triangle and I can't do anything about it. A book. The In der Maur manuscript. The Book of Hours. The Book of Hours... a type of illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office, in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Okay. That's random. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? So she analyzed him, you know, instead of actually doing what he asked. Could I just, yeah. What do you mean? Let's play along. I mean, did you sleep alone or... Ooh, okay, okay. I mean, messing around with the nuns. The abbot would put me in the pillory for that. But hey, let's be a little bit mischievous. Those times could be a little bit boring, right? Let's put some spice on it. Why? Why do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during divine reading. What? Lectio Divina is the thoughtful reading of and meditation on scripture. The practice leads to prayer and contemplation. It is a daily part of life in Benedictine communities. So she would rather think about Andreas having sex during divine reading or spending the... Let's not put it that plainly, right? Spending the night with someone. It doesn't have to, you know, involve sex. But I just imply that. Have you considered the Lord? You really are on a cloud on a sunny day, Andreas. Yeah, but if I would have said, could I just have the book? It would have been the same, right? Ugh, that's all the way upstairs. Can you get it? Can't you get by without it? Sorry. I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. Really? My feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminata to get it. Illuminata is another nun, okay. Oh my god, look at her eyes. She looks like she's... Sister Illuminata! Andreas needs a book and he's being inappropriate with me. The face he pulled. What? Oh, you bitch. Andreas. Yeah, let's victimize a little bit. Why not? I wasn't being inappropriate with her. I didn't think that you were. Ah, okay. So we all know Nun Zdena, I believe she was called. Yeah. Sister Zdena has a poor attitude to her vocation. Yeah, I can see that. The rule, and I suppose the 10 Commandments. So she's a young woman. Well, I guess she can be a little bit horny if she wants to imagine what Andreas was doing last night with someone else, right? I imagine it takes some longer than others to accept their new lives here. She may yet come around. Oh, this will be remembered. Okay. So probably Zdena would find out if we would have been nasty. That's charitable of you, but perhaps you are right. I should not have been so quick to judge her. In any case, I overheard you requesting in the Mao manuscript here. Please return it promptly, she says. Damn. The way we can speak with them through that door, only to see their eyes, and that slot, only to... Yeah. No contact, right? Piero. Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Oh, wow. We can actually see it. The illustrations are just gorgeous. I mean, I'm looking at the finished part at the right bottom. And what do we have? A scene. Some peasants working. I don't know, a forest. Yeah, we see some boars. They're gathering. Very interesting. And then we see the religious motifs at the top, right? The angels, the sun. And very, very cool. Some astrological signs as well, right? I believe Cancer and that's Sagittarius. I didn't expect that. Although we are fascinated by the constellations, right? Not necessarily astrology, but astronomy. But hey, they are linked by the constellations, I guess. Yes, the composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. Very good feedback there. I have to agree. Of course, he's going to be more critical of his own work, right? So I'm going to go with that because I tend to do the same thing in real life. It doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. What do you mean? It's all my work. My son, you're copying the illustration from the Inder Maur manuscript almost exactly. Oh. So that's how we're referencing that manuscript. Okay. I don't necessarily agree with our young Andreas in this one. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I hear you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. Oh. November is very grey month, right? It's, I don't know. Let's see. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs to the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. So that's what they're doing. Okay. I thought they were foraging for something. I see the woman holding her apron and the guy has, in the background, the peasant in the background has something on his back. And the peasant in the foreground has a stick, so yeah, I guess that's how he is leading the pigs. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Oh. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it. Even Father Gernot. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. Well, yeah, but it's out of date, Andreas. But it's not the way November is. Yes, exactly. Art is illusion, storytelling. But in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of ours will outlive us all. So it is a book of ours what we're doing. Okay. So we have a contractor illustrative book of ours. Okay. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. I think he should. There is no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Well, yeah, and also with the printer being invented, right? It didn't help. It didn't help. Illuminated manuscripts, sorry, because it made things a lot cheaper to print. Maybe they lost a little bit of value from artistical point of view, but still a lot will prefer a printed book to an illuminated manuscript because very few could afford the illuminated manuscript, right? Yeah. Does that make you sad? I admit I'm still fond of the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries, so be it. Yeah, exactly, with the invention of the print, right? More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing, be brought the truth. I mean, there will be a danger for everyone to be able to read. That's how the uprising of the peasants happened, you know, because they were able to read the Bible and realize, because it was not printed in Latin, of course, it was translated, I believe. They were finally able to read it as it is and realize that maybe the church, the Pope, doesn't necessarily what he does doesn't necessarily aligns with what the Lord says. So they took that, and I think they made a point out of it, right? Even if they had a vested motive of their own, they use that as an excuse to do a lot of things that happened prior. If I'm not mistaken, though, like I said, I might be a little bit fuzzy on this period, and I need to I should watch some videos to actually remember exactly what happened during Andrea's lifetime. I think there'll always be a place for artists like you and brother Edith. We left Guy out. Yes. Say nothing. Ooh. Ah, well. He's being a jerk. It's kind of you to say so, Andresh, but you need not be concerned for me. I have lived a long life, and I'm happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Oh. Okay, now I see. So we have a passage of time here. That means I will be missing on some interactions. I'm not sure, but it looks that way if you're not doing it in time, because I choose to come here rather than maybe take another path, then some of the interactions that were available will not be available anymore. If there's anyone that played the game and finished the game, can you please tell me about where do you think my camera should be placed, my webcam? Because it does seem in the way, no matter what I do, maybe I should place it a little bit higher. But that's not the case, because earlier when we spoke with the nuns, the text was higher as well. So I don't know exactly where to put it. Maybe I should move it on the right side of the screen. I don't know. Please let me know in the comments if you have a suggestion. Ah, where has the time gone? It is already... what's that? Terza? Terza. Monastic hour corresponding to 9 a.m. One of the little hours of prayer. Terza precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. Okay. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Oh, he's gone. Oh no! Is that Ferenc? Why does he look so suspicious? I'm about to be told off, ain't I? Huh. Illuminata, what's going on in here? Wait a second. Can I have a look? No. Okay, let's have a chat. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a ball of paint on the floor. But then Prior Ferenc came in, brought in one of his books, slammed it closed and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut. Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. Okay. So I think this is a path because of our interest, right? Because we love to read books and all that, right? I fully agree. Delicate or not, all books should be treated with the utmost care. Many contain precious wisdom that can aid even the unenlightened in growing closer to God. They should be protected and cared for. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Also, she's in the library, yeah. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Let's see what that is. Divine reading. Lectio Divina is a thoughtful reading of... Okay. So, Chronica Clara. The Clear Chronicle. A history of the universe from creation to 1082. Written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. Okay. No, anger is not appropriate response, for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda and Mainz. No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lawrence Rothvogel? Why is Prior Ferenc so nervous? Lawrence, I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and Father Abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Oh. Quest time. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I will tell you what books I'm looking for, find them and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid, a poetic epic telling the legend of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. It was written in the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. So, 2 volumes of Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Oh, I know the ones. They're among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. Okay, there we go. So we have some illustrations here. Very interesting. Oh, so cool. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old, even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. Oh, wow. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Whoa, wait a minute. Is she actually gonna come into the story and tell us what's happening? Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. This is so cool. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously as well. Andres, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Well, it was that time, right? True, but that doesn't mean women can't take pride in their vocations. Oh, I should have seen the options. Oh, sorry about that. I would love to have a possibility to actually go back, right? Because basically that's Andrea's inner voice is all thinking what to do, rationalizing, right? Let's see, when was the last time it's saved? How did we see? Oh, so it was saved 8 minutes ago. But yeah, I'm not gonna replay 8 minutes for this. Let's go. I will be more careful. I totally forgot about that. You know, we get to have a little peek inside Andrea's head on the choices he can make. In the City of Ladies, Christine de Pizan defended women of all classes by showing their value to society. Let's see who Christine was. One of the most renowned female authors of Western Europe, Christine was a court writer for 3 dukes. She is well known for the book of The City of Ladies and The Treasure of the City of Ladies, works that defined women and offered advice to women of all backgrounds. Wow, I mean, yeah. Interesting. I could see why that is needed, right? In this time and age. An admirable effort. Even if we do exactly as we're told, we are portrayed as vehicles of sin. Yep. Huh. Wow. Temptresses and seducers by virtue of our sex, even when men are the aggressors. Even in the Abbey, we must travel in pairs, lest we tempt the brothers or others. And here, in these pages, Virgil cast Dido as Aeneas' seducer, though it was the gods that thrust her into his arms. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that, from the empress to a nun. It is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. Aeneid, sorry. It's fine poetry for men. Now, the books, if you please. Wow, this was very well crafted. That was amazing, actually. They not only they referenced the books, they offered us a visual little story of what's happening inside, with a lot of comments on from Illuminata on the condition of women in those times, right? And how what her position is in regards to what's happening to women and how they are portrayed or seen by men. And yeah, it's very telling. Thank you. Next, Wretched Guerin. Yes, an Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea da Barberino in the early 15th century. The titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discover his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Well, yeah, because, you know, the larger public had access to it, right? Interesting. So we have Andrea da Barberino, 15th century. Okay. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. Oh, so we're not going to have the same beautiful illustrated pages. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Edek was reading it. Let's go and fetch it. Now, this is how... yeah, I see it. This is how you do a fetch quest. No way! We still have illustrations. Oh. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised that Abbey owns a copy. Questo cavaliere che domanda battaglia. Chi egli ripose... non so chi sia se non fosse il meschino. Ricordatosi Alessandro del meschino, prese alcuna speranza nella sua desolazione e lodo idio. In questo mezzo... Oh my god, that's hard for me to pronounce. Very interesting. We don't. It belongs to Amadea Rusco of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. Okay, so it still has illustrations and a tad of illumination there, looking at the M, but it's a printed book, but maybe because it was printed after the original manuscript, right? It had to be that way. Maybe they are made. Maybe they made different illustrations and just slighter illumination on a printed book. I don't know how it works exactly. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. Lost. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. I absolutely love how they pose like the characters from the books. And now we learn why it's not appropriate, right? A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. I would love to read something like this. I have to do my research if this it really is a real book. Okay. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns he was royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not feisty adventures. Feisty, I'm not sure that word. I suppose you're right. It's better suited for knaves like me. It's not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories. Least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but look, books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We may be one in Christ, we are not equal in this world. Touché, Andreas. It isn't this world you should be concerned with, Andreas. Well, I kind of strongly disagree with you here. But the book, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a fourth letter? Ooh. And now it comes to play the fact that we know the laws, as we read at the beginning of the episode. I understand. I'd hate to loan a book and never get it back. I would, it would be like losing a limb. Damn. Now the brothers will hate me. Guy even more. Well, perhaps a small limb. Or my little finger. Regardless of the size and importance of the body part in question, I understand and appreciate it. We truly get along. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Amadea Rusco's property. The book, please. And we can always say, hey, it wasn't us who gave it to Illuminata. Although I'm curious, she's not allowed to come in here, right? There is only one book left. Then you will be freed from bondage. Ooh. I'm thinking of a different type of bondage, Illuminata. Me and my pervy mind. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. Oh, I remember that. I believe Brother Guy was reading it. Let's see what Brother Guy is into. Whoa. That's so beautiful. See, this is proper illumination there. Exactly the colors that we would think, the blue, the green, and the red, and that strong yellow. That can also be gold leaf, or they could use silver leaf for that matter. Okay, interesting. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he has hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this anyway? Ah, it's in French. The soul that God touched, empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Why won't you tell me what this book is? Come on, let's pressure her. Because it's a dangerous book, Andreas Mala. One the previous abbot tolerated in spite of a papal order to destroy it. Ooh. Okay. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. So, before moving forward, let me just read the text and try to understand what's going on. It says, I beg you in the name of love to pay great attention, right? Otherwise, you will be disposed like those who understand without listening and therefore not understanding properly, or yeah, something in those lines. Now understand with humility, an example taken from human love, and use it maybe in a parallel, make a parallel with the divine love. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's see. Its authors share the same fate. Damn. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. Okay. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago." What? Why? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books, all books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. See, this is should be the first time when we actually go against that, and it would be in line with Andrea's love for books. So I'm gonna do a little bit of role playing here, and yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. It sounds a little bit less harsh than this. I can sympathize with him. That's fine, but Father Matthias is gone. I knew it's going to be remembered, that choice. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gernot learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. I do. So do Mother Cecilia and Father Gernot. Let's see Mother Cecilia. Okay, I remember. Yeah, I remember her face. Yeah. Can I just take it and take it out of the Abbey and then problem solved? Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? Read it and become a French heretic. Oh. That's funny. I'm not sure. I'll hide it. Keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. Oh, man. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the Abbey, far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Geno asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. Oh, wait a minute. Orator background? Offered to help Illuminata enthusiastically. And is there any way to untick that one? Or how this work? Now basically I have no other path than to actually go on with this. I swear I'll take it far away. It's been out here for years. And besides, how could you have stopped me? Success. Great success. I'm trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. Perfect. So naughty we are. That's that. So we don't have to give her anything. I still can't have a peek at that book. Ferenc shot it so violently. Let's have a chat with her. Tell us your end of the bargain. Yeah. Now then, Baron Rothvogel. Quickly though, I need to finish up here soon. Historia Tassier. An account of the early history of Tassing. Kiersau, previous abbot, Father Matthias had a copy. Baron Rothvogel brought another to the Abbey as a gift. Ooh. Let's have a look. Let's peer into his head. She may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. Okay, I definitely have to look at this. Every time that pops up, we need to make sure we look at it. Damn, only one question. He mentioned finding a copy of Historia Tassier. He said it had some scandalous details in it. He also mentioned that Father Matthias had a copy and was looking for another to verify its contents. Do you know anything about the book? I have heard of it, but I have never read it, and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. What about that could have upset Father Matthias so much? I can't claim any deep insight into the former abbot's mind, damn it. I understood him to be a virtuous and charitable man, sometimes to a fault. It is not always best when an abbot considers himself a friend to his brothers instead of their shepherd. Yeah. You prefer Father Gernot to Father Matthias? Could something... I would go... I still want to find out about that book, more info, right? Rather than ask her this, because it doesn't... it's not of relevance to what we find out. And if... sorry, if at the end we have more insight into that book, maybe it will help us in further discussions with Lawrence. Could something in the book have led Father Matthias to a crisis of virtue? Virtue is only found in crisis. Without that, virtues are little more than ideals. So perhaps there is merit in that idea. Yes? Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Wait. How will you get to the church if you can't enter the scriptorium? I thought this was the only door into the library. We are standing in the oldest part of the Abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Oh, okay. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. So, okay. That's the bell for Sext. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. Sext, monastic hour corresponding to noon. One of the little hours of prayer, followed by dinner. Let me see, can I check? No, okay. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the Abbey. Otto, I need to remember. Dinner with Otto and Andres. Right. Right. Let's see. Is that Illuminata? Where do I need to go? I need to go back to town? Let's see. Let's go to people. We have Aduk. Okay, a new entry. Have Guy as well. Guy. We have Brother Shebat of Sadai, priest from the Ethiopian church in Rome, visiting Kiersau to repay a gift given at the Council of Constance. Okay. And we have Ulrich Alban, the town baker. Okay. Husband of Gret and father to Anna. Known for his piety. And Sister Zdena, there she is. Bohemian nun, assistant to Sister Illuminata in the library, so she's the assistant, right? She has markedly impious attitude towards life in Kiersau. Yeah, we've seen that one. I want to see Otto. Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of old Otto. Known for his dislike of the Abbey, especially of Father Gernot. Okay, Okay, let's go to glossary. Let's see what's new. Oh no. Lugano, highly contested Swiss market town located in the southeastern Alps. The Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. And then we have Fulda, town built around the old Benedictine Abbey near the center of Empire. Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they? We have Cologne. I forgot how to pronounce this one. Large, powerful, free imperial city on the river Rhine. Well, basically it's Köln today, right? It is a major hub for commerce between Italy and the Netherlands. It is also a popular site for pilgrims, as its cathedral contains relics of the three wise men, represented as crowns on their arms. Okay. So I think it was Mainz, yes. That was new. Located on the Rhine River, Mainz is the home of the Archbishop of Mainz, an elector of the Holy Roman Empire, and Primas Germinae, the Pope's substitute north of the Alps. Okay, and I think we're done with the... Let's look at the journal. What do we have? A few more pages. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. I need to get across town and head up to the abbey so I can start the work at the scriptorium. That's what we've done. That was prime. Now it's terce, hour 9. Clara kindly gave me some food for dinner. I should see if Otto and Andres are around. Otto is working below the abbey, between the guest house and abbot's house. So it's between the guest house and the abbot's house. Okay. I'm curious, can I go inside the prior's house? Oh, I can. And this is what he had in his hand. What's this? Volvel? I've seen this before in astronomy and medical tracts. What's this one for? 2 wheels. The top wheel has Greek letters and holes cut out to reveal Latin letters underneath. Yeah, I see it now. Sigma, Epsilon, Pi. There's all the letters there. Beta. Lambda. Omega. And the outer edge of the lower wheel is divided into 4 sections, each bearing an elemental symbol. The lines connecting the holes from constellations, Cassiopeia, the Great Wagon, Libra, and Aries. Ah, it pays off to know the constellations. Ah, a quarter turn of the upper disc aligns a different elemental symbol with the top of the lower disc. And that reveals different set of letters underneath. Okay. What do they mean? I see the Big Dipper. I wonder what it's for. A cipher of some sort? I need to investigate more. There has to be connected to something else around here. Interesting. Can we read that note? We can't. So what's Ferenc up to? Okay. Okay. So let's have a look. We have to go and find Otto. He's working. Yeah, but, we have to get between the abbot's house and the guest house. So I guess we have to go the way we came in. I think we can easily go that way. Let's go to the dormitory now. That goes to church. There's no one here, of course. And we can go to the cloister. So on my way to meet Otto, I stumbled across the refectory, and I know they are all going to be inside, right? They're going to be eating, and I wasn't wrong. Everyone's here, and I would like to have a chat with almost everybody, right? I want to know, to find out a little bit more about the other brothers from the Abbey, and see what's what. But I don't have that much time to do it now, so I think I'll stop here for the day. Another very, very interesting episode, and oh my god, I love this game, man. I love this game. I love it. I love my favorite part today was bringing the stories to life, you know, through Andreas and Illuminata. Actually, that was brilliant. Stroke of genius. We didn't do that much. We just spent all our time in the scriptorium. Now I realize there's gonna be segments of time, so I'll probably lose on the dialogue if I'm not careful, and I'll pay a lot more attention to that. That's why now I stopped on the way to the main quest, let's say, and I'm gonna try to do a lot more interaction with everything that I can, enter different rooms, see what I can see and do, like we did with Ferentz's Prior Ferentz's quarters, right? Because we found that disc, and I don't know what it is at the moment and what it serves, but probably ties into the story later on and so on. If I don't do that, I won't find these little clues, so I will be a lot more careful. I'm starting to understand, getting a grips with the mechanics of the game. But yeah, I'm fully immersed in the story. I can't say it in words how happy I am to actually be playing this game, because it appeals to me from a lot more facets than just the gaming one, right? Because I love gaming, but I also love history. I love the time period that this takes place in. I love everything, you know, that's being thrown at me, and everything comes together so well. The artwork, the illumination, the illustrations, everything, and I'm having a great time with it. And yeah, the only another thing that I want to add is the fact that this is not a scheduled playthrough, so you might see 2 episodes drop in 1 week, then a pause for 2 weeks, because this is a game that I'm playing outside of everything that I wanted to do with YouTube. Initially, I thought I'm gonna play it just for myself. I didn't know what to expect, but when I realized the potential, I realized that, you know what, the potential of the game, that is, says I have to document this in one way or another, and the best way to do it is, you know, by filming it, you know, and making a full series out of it. So yeah, this is it. I can't wait to be back in the world of Pentiment. But until then, I want to thank you for sticking around, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.